But one thing that LeBron did this year, I wanted to ask you about, teaming up with none other than 2 Chainz.
4 bracelets.
And like A&Ring an album. I mean, like, what about the relationship between hip-hop artists and basketball players? Is this something that we expect to see more of moving forward?
Well, it's always existed, just didn't have the platform. You know, hip-hop artists wasn't making enough money to sit consistently courtside in these arenas and didn't have the access to do so. Today, it's important for your brand to be aligned with hip-hop because hip-hop drives culture. So, you know, the 2 Chainz and LeBron thing was great. And you see artists, I have a ton of, you know, right now I'm listening to everybody. I'm listening to Moneybagg Yo, Baby's my guy. He did my daughter's Sweet 16, which was courtesy of P and Coach K, so I appreciate them for that. And my guy Twin over there at QC. You know, we've always been close with Drake. We've always been close with Jay-Z, who is, you know, is family, to us. The list goes on and on. T.I., you know, we listen, you know, hip hop, the music and artists, and athletes is always there. You look at the Migos. Quavo is just a bigger athlete as anybody. He just don't get paid to play, but he'll pull up and play pickup. He'll play football. He loves the youth, the community, and he does great things, driving sports initiatives throughout the community for a great. That's very important. You look at the impact that Nipsey had. You look at a guy like J. Cole and what he represents. He loves to hoop, you know. Drake loves to hoop. Chainz loves to hoop. You know, I seen Chainz at the pickup game with guys working out, you know, so all those things. And then you talk about the support at the games. You know, these guys come to games, they're performing at halftime. They don't have to do that, but they do it. You look at the NBA All-Star Weekend. Look at the guys who come out and are performing at that. And so I think it's important. And it's always done it. If you look at the Fab Five, Jalen, you guys were on everything, you know, everything back then, all genres. Everything from just Detroit rappers, which is local, and people know that Detroit has a hip hop scene that is so important to them, and you honor that. And there's some unbelievable talent in the city of Detroit, and always have been. And what they speak, you can feel it coming through those speakers. And although they may not, you know, you may not know somebody all the way in California or whatever, but you're gonna know them, and you're gonna feel that, and that's important. We get that in Cleveland, because we all so close, so we understand that. And then it's also, you know, the more, you know, commercialized music that people are listening to today. So it's always been a part of that. It's just today it's more prevalent due to hip-hop music is culture in its entirety. Before it was a genre. Now it's the genre. It's the culture of, you know, the world. Like, you look at it, look at the world. These kids are performing at festivals across the world. One day they're in France, then they're in Africa, this, that. I mean, it couldn't be a better time, you know, and everything that Nipsey did, you know, and his initiatives. And so, you know, I'm listening to guys like that right now. Roddy Ricch, listening to him, you know. So it's just so many different guys. I love it, though. In Cleveland, we were a melting pot of music. So back in the day, we was listening to the Suave House and you know, Master P, you know, all the way up to the East Coast. You know, Public Enemies, the Gang Stars, the, you know, Wu-Tangs, and, you know, and then out to the West Coast, NWAs, the DOCs, you know, Death Row stuff, all that. And then you had.
Hey, Rich, I'm glad you brought this up. A couple of things. It's because mainstream America finally had to embrace hip hop because they realized hip hop sold products. And started with the Detroit Pistons and MC Hammer. The You Can't Touch This. I remember going to arenas when all they were playing was Woot, There It Is. That was as close as you could get to rap music.
Yes.
So when you bring up Cleveland, can you challenge David Jacoby on something before you leave the show? And I appreciate you joining us. He had a nerve to speak into a microphone, and you're gonna...
What's happening here?
He had the nerve to slander Bone Thugs and Harmony. Can you please get this guy? Can you please get this guy? I'm just saying.
We're going to have to remove. You cannot.
Listen. Everyone's got their own flavor. That's not my flavor.
But wait
That's
a minute.
It's my opinion.
But wait a minute.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
But hold up, Jacob. How can you slander Bone? Bone is one of the only rap groups to have a song with Biggie and Pac.
And Easy.
Okay.
Facts. And those are the songs I like from them.
Okay.
Rich Paul. They're telling me we gotta go.
Okay.
They're telling me we gotta go.
They went diamond.
Once
Okay.
you start making fun of me, it's time to end the show.
Thanks for having
making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. You're welcome to come on anytime you want. Congratulations on your success as being named head of sports at UTA.
It's the Thuggish Rugged Bone. Don't sleep on the Midwest, Jacob.
Please don't sleep.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.